Okay, we're back again. Tell your friends, miles back. Alright, sorry. I know I'm super lame. Okay, so I'm in my Back to the Future get up, by the way. And a shirt that says "Looking Forward." Isn't that like so like put together? So yeah. Today, here for another discussion. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Gotta get my phone, get the juicy deets ready. Cause I'm excited for this. Today, we're talking about gay Jesus. Yeah. Gay Jesus, straight Jesus, any Jesus. We're just talking about Jesus, because apparently that's what Facebook wanted to talk about. Someone I know posted, I put up a screenshot, hopefully I can do that, because I said I was going to do that in my other video, but I'm still editing that one, so I'm hoping I actually can do it, but I'll read this anyway. So, posted a video, and it's, Jesus was the first posted a post, and Jesus was the first homo to come out the closet, what do you mean, hashtag Pride Month, and it's like a little picture of a cave, and on the bottom, someone had reposted that and put, y'all be on here freely disrespecting people's religion, but the second somebody disrespect y'all ready to die. Okay. And then so the person who posted this posted it and shared it, and obviously was like, I forgot what they said. I think they were just in agreeance with it, obviously. But that is, to me, this is just very like, okay, really? We're going to start picking what we have a problem with religion? With what version of Jesus we want or don't want or believe can exist or not exist. Like, whoo, God. I don't know. This is, yeah. So that's where we're at. For me personally, I'm not very religious. I'm really not religious at all, actually. Oh, putting the leg over here. Yeah, I'm not really religious at all. So not really, no. But I do understand that, like, in my view, people can have their beliefs, their religions, their whatever. They can have everything they want. It doesn't have to be accurate to history. It doesn't have to be whatever. I mean, even though some things aren't accurate to possibly history. Clearly, white Jesus, for one, isn't really accurate. However, people can still have their view of what they think a person looks like, or Jesus looks like, or what they believed whatever. That's the whole point of religion. That's why it's not science, or religion isn't history. It's like, there may be history in it, or there may not be any. That's the whole point. It's free. That's why we have freedom of religion, because it's not science and it's not history. It's been turned into it's something else. Because if you follow actual things that happen in history that are documented, it just would be a religious around a man with like certain morals or something. That's what you turn into. But it would start to be weird, because it would just be history. Because it'd be like whether like rereading, I don't know, the Civil War and being like, yeah, that happened, versus reading it and being like, oh, we'll go to hell if this happens. It's like, well, we can't prove that. So that's why it's like, if you just look at the history, you're just looking at history. But the second you start inferring and interpreting and saying this, or it says something we can't prove, that's when we start to come into this religion. That's what I think. If I'm wrong, or there's a better way to explain it, please do so, because I would love to have better insight on like everything I'm talking about. I really would. Or different insight. Like, I'm not opposed to any of this. I'm very open to hearing other people's stuff. I'm just not open to people thinking that they can believe something over someone else because of, I don't know. That's just weird to me. So let's just go into some of the comments. First comment is, most people agree. Everyone literally agreed with this. Someone put like, but they want us to accept. Man, never mind. Don't get me started. Yeah. And then like, accept them. Or I think someone put, on my timeline, I see it all the time. People talk down on Jesus more than they speak about whatever they do believe in. Disgusting. Okay, so someone claiming Jesus is the first homo to come out the closet, saying that he, like a gay person obviously says this, saying that they believe Jesus is gay, and yet that's talking down on Jesus. Like, this is another thing where it's like, okay, these are your own beliefs. No one's talking down on Jesus. They're just believing in a different Jesus. And that's one that historically, like, oh God. I need to just get to the real points, but in my eyes, I'll start with my view that I'm going to say right now, is that historically we can't prove someone's sexuality when they're celibate. Jesus wasn't like, yeah, dude, hey, I'm trying to go to heaven. I'm not, I'm totally like not smashing right now. You know, I'm trying to really keep it together because I'm going to get in there with my dad. Totally want to go smashing some kitty later, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like definitely. Like, oh, come on, that's all I want to do is just like women, right? Like, man, just freaking hot. Like, this is great. Like, no, that's not, that we don't have historical proof of why he abstained from sex. People who abstain from sex simply just abstain from sex. We don't know why they abstain from sex. We can't say those things. Because I'm a neutral perspective. I'm a perspective saying Jesus can be straight or gay. He can be either one. One does not favor, there's nothing that favors the other one. And then he came in with, it's so wild, like, I'm not religious yet, but come on. I remember on some guy's posts, he was talking about Christianity as white supremacy. Of course, no evidence. People don't read enough, to be honest. If they did, they'd be much more respectful of religion, especially Judaism and Christianity. Okay, so he said that he knows that in order to make claims, you need proof. He just admitted this in this post. So then he goes into MFs have no idea how fundamental that shit has been to everything, and that's coming from a man whose only religion in life was Islam. LOL. You done got me started. Let me find somebody to argue with. Wow. Oh my god, I actually didn't read these. This is the first time I'm reading some of these because I just already knew everyone was going against it. But he's like, let me find someone to argue with. Oh my god, no wonder we went into like a long little thing. My response to that post was, wait, so it's okay to believe in your own religion, but it's not okay to believe in different varieties of Jesus? LOL. Damn, how y'all feel about white Jesus then? LOL. We're only free to believe in your Jesus. Y'all are too funny. So that's my post, because that's true. You're basically saying I'm only free to believe in your Jesus and like in what you think Jesus should be like, or what historically that hasn't been proven that you think he is. Like it's interpretation. That's why there is so much interpretation with the Bible. That's why there are so many different varieties and verities, or however you, not verities, varieties of Jesus, or his ideals, or what he stood for, or what he was, or who he was. There's like a lot of that. And so that's what I put, and then I also followed up with there are literally so many versions of Jesus and religions for people across the planet. How is it possibly disrespectful to view him however people want? That's the whole point of freedom of religion. And then I followed in with people can believe Jesus was whatever. Religion is used for people to motivate, inspire, influence themselves and people who support the religion or ideology. It's not a law everyone has to follow. I personally don't believe I can confirm Jesus' sexuality. Most of you guys think a man is suspect/gay if he's never had sex, LOL, and Jesus often viewed as being celibate. So maybe he's straight or didn't act on being gay. I don't know. I'm not religious, but I'm not going to act like I can tell people or be offended by how others view Jesus when all people do is view him in religion however they want, including everyone in the comments. You sharing similar views on Jesus with someone doesn't make your view more respectful or... sorry, camera cut and stuff, so it's a little over loud. Let me just say it again. Including everyone in the comments, you sharing similar views on Jesus with someone doesn't make your view more respectful or correct. Religious views don't get to be more correct than other religious views. That's my whole point. That's a huge point. One guy put, sorry bro, I can't agree on that. Yes, it has been rewritten plenty of times, but then it all just falls into what's natural and what's not. That's all I'm gonna say on it. I'm not here to change how anyone feels, but no one changing how I do either. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow, we just realized you're not here to change someone's views and no one's going to change yours. Interesting how no one's trying to change your view. I'm simply telling you that you feeling disrespected over a different version of Jesus is weird when the whole category we're in is religion, which is different versions of everything. That's the whole point of it. But my response to that was, that's the whole point. You might keep your view, others might keep theirs. If my beliefs on religion disrespect someone, I can't do anything about that. If I'm not verbally assaulting them, saying you're going to hell, or telling them to get the F out of my store, or out of the store over, well, not my store, out of the store over something that's not law, we're good. So I'm claiming literally, he's acting as if these people are acting as if I want them to believe Jesus is gay. I want them to believe that people can believe Jesus is gay and people can believe Jesus isn't gay, and they are just as credible. Like, credible. Is that the word? Is that the word of the week? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be aliens, but let's keep going. And this one, I guess I'll just call him the Michael guy. That's the first name, but the point was that people say this, but then will literally try and cancel other people's lives if they don't support them. If everyone is free to say as they please, let's make it consistent. Let's make it consistent. People are free to say what they like. Where is the consistency not at? Like, I wonder where he thinks the consistency isn't at. That's what I'm wondering, because, yeah. My response was, people's lives are free to cancel, just like opinions are free to share. I'd say it's pretty consistent. People are free to have their own views, but so are others. Explain the inconsistencies you are seeing that you are referring to. Because what I'm saying is people expressing their opinions and dealing with the opinion they didn't have to express, that they were free to express, and losing the things that they're not free to keep, or the connections that they're not free to have. Yeah, but, moving on. And then the other guy supported him. This Christopher guy put, "Facts, bro. They can make a joke about anything, but when you make a joke about gay people, you're homophobic. I don't have anything against gay people. If that's what you want to do, then by all means, do you. My problem is that you don't want equal treatment. They want special treatment." Oh, they don't want equal treatment, they want special treatment. And it's just like, oh, God. Here we go. So, this is when it turns into two different conversations I'm having. So, my response to I'm going to go on the tangent with Michael, and then I'll come back to my response to Christopher. My response with Michael was, so, it's okay to change around his race, but not his sexuality. Homophobic would be calling Jesus a faggot. Not saying that he is homosexual. There's a difference. If you think Jesus being gay is offensive, it's because you think being gay is offensive. You don't know Jesus personally, just like the rest of us. Which is another thing that is pretty good at, like, being serious about it, or pretty good at making a point, is the fact that we don't know Jesus personally. We have what's written down, and that's about it. If people had to write about me a while ago or whenever, I'll tell you, there'd be some things that they definitely don't know about me. And some things that they wouldn't know, because you won't know unless someone speaks on that or says it. But that's just, whatever. Oh, God. And, yeah. So that was my response to him, and I'll come back to Christopher's conversation. So that was my response to Michael on we stay in line with more of the Jesus being gay, and then for Christopher, the conversation falls more to just a gay tangent, like a non-religious gay tangent. So we got two different conversations about to happen, and I don't want you to be as confused as I was during them. So Michael's response to me is, there's a difference between a historically accurate debate as to the ethnicity of Jesus and making an absurd claim. Not all claims are equal. Yeah, I'm aware. And no, I don't think being gay is offensive. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm not here for the hypocrisy. Okay, great, cool. And then so my response is, so it's up for debate what he looked like, but it's not up for debate what he did or didn't do in private. Got it. Okay. It's only up for debate what he looked like because people misinterpret scripture, but they can actually point to scripture as some type of historical basis. Name one thing that would indicate his sexuality being anything other than what the rest of the Bible indicated. And so, And so, yeah, my response to that was, so if I believe Jesus never had sex because he wanted to sleep with men, but didn't because it was a sin, because it is a sin, I'd be wrong, even though historically there wouldn't be proof to say I'm wrong or right, and it's actually left to interpretation. So that this is a changing point. This is a point where he now realizes that he got what I was thinking. This is good because he went from me saying I'm making these wild claims, which he's still going to claim, but I can sense the shift in the conversation to him going,
well, damn, Jackie.
well, damn, yeah, if you're gonna think of it like that. And it's like, yeah, that's the way to think of it, because if I can't prove you're right and you can't prove I'm right, and we can't prove we're wrong, it's up for interpretation. That's how that works when it's religion. Or if it was science, we'd be talking about theories. Do we see that? So we go into, he follows in with this, that's not how it works. Even though, yes, we just went into the fact that that's literally how that works. Like, that's not up for debate. If you can't prove something and I can't prove something, and we both believe it's something that we both believe, you believe something and I believe something, and we have proof that both those things existed, we just both can't say whether or not he really was this or someone really was that. That's how that works. That's where the interpretation comes in. That's the whole point. And so he put, that's not how it works. You can't just read into what you can't just read what you want into things. There are forensic historians, people that put together the scripture along with what they can find out from the historical documents. Actually, better said, you can interpret what you'd like, but the lack of sustaining evidence would put you in the same category as the pyramids were built by aliens crowd. So, our word of the week, I prefer to think of it as aliens. I think that'd be a good word of the week because I like it. Word of the week, aliens. I'd be put in the same crowd for thinking that a man who, again, this is for religious people who believe Jesus abstained from sex or didn't sin, because we don't have proof of him being married. I don't think I've ever heard that claim. But being a person who abstained from gay sex or wasn't sexually attracted to anybody or something, I don't know, or bisexual. Regardless, we don't know. That's my whole point. It just says the Bible's a sin. I mean, the Bible's a sin. Being gay or whatever is a sin in the Bible. So that would make people think, oh, he's straight, when really it's like, well, no, he just didn't act on being gay, which is true. He didn't do anything gay. He also didn't do anything straight. Didn't do anything. But yeah, so that puts me in the crowd of believing the pyramids were built by aliens. So even though there's proof of gay people existing, thinking Jesus could be gay is believing the pyramids could be built by aliens. So his claim is that I might as well believe Jesus was an alien. That's his brain. That's his logic. It sounds weird, but that's literally his logic. For some reason, me believing in something that we already know exists is the same as believing in something that we don't have proof of existing. That we literally don't have, we have undeniable proof that gay people exist and that they existed back then. Yet somehow that's just as crazy as the pyramids being built by aliens, which we don't have proof of existing. But okay, that's how his brain works, which I find super interesting. Sounds like he needs help, but that's, I don't know. Who am I to say that someone who thinks gay people and aliens are in the same category is crazy. And then he put, which again, there's a difference between a legitimate claim and a illegitimate one. Jesus being gay is an illegitimate claim, which he said it's as crazy as saying the pyramids were built by aliens. And then I put, how do historical documents provide proof that he's straight if the Bible just implies being gay isn't okay/allowed? We can't provide proof he's straight or gay. He's a man who didn't sin. Religious people who abstain from sex are just that, not people who only wanted to sleep with the opposite sex. That's why it's up for interpretation. Jesus could be straight, bi, gay, asexual. We will never know, LOL. We can only interpret. There are religious people who abstain from sex due to homosexual thoughts, And those people believe that they'll get into heaven. And most religious people often believe that if you don't act on gay thoughts, or even people who probably fall into his category, believe if you're not acting on your gay thoughts and you're abstaining from sex, you're going to go to heaven. Whether you have sex or you only have sex with women, you go to heaven. That's people who believe that. And if gay people are doing those things, they get to go to heaven. Or if they're just having gay thoughts, they may not be gay people if they haven't done the gay thing, but having the gay thoughts are still in that same category of not acting on them and getting your ticket to heaven. So that's literally what I just proved to him. Because historically, there's never going to be a historical document other than a document that says Jesus either had sex with a woman and got married, or there's no historical document. There's nothing that's going to say Jesus had straight thoughts. He was totally a straight dude. That's just something that's just weird. That wouldn't even make sense to be a document. That'd be like, wait, what? Why? Wait, did he get married? Did he if he got married and was with a woman, then yeah, of course my claim would be done. But if he was celibate, then my claim is not done. My claim is just as good as anybody else's. Sorry, that's just how that works with celibacy. When the person's not I totally like women, I'm just not having sex. Okay. Yeah, so relax. My claim and your claim, it's crazy because my thing is, during this argument, this debate, I am not against his view. His view of of Jesus being straight does not offend me. I don't think that's wrong or whatever. I just think it's if you think that, I'm going to think this though. This is how I view it. I don't necessarily have the proof to say I'm right, but I know you don't have the proof to say I'm wrong or say you're right. You just have what you interpret as him being straight and what I interpret as him not acting on being gay, which both these things exist, and both people have done all these things that we just said. So to me, that's not as crazy as aliens when we know people do these things and it's existed that long and they've been around that long. So he follows in, what does he follow in with? He comes in with the LMAO. That's not how any historical analysis is done. I know that's not how historical analysis is done. Us is saying he's straight and saying if he was gay or not is us interpreting that. The historical analysis weren't he's definitely straight, there's no doubt about it, this man crushed tons of kitty. He was all about the kitty. Meow. Okay? No, that's not what they're doing. There's nothing to imply that he did anything gay, and there's nothing to imply that he did anything, period. A man who didn't sin, abstain from sex, I'm assuming. I keep saying the abstain from sex thing. If I was wrong about that, that'd be one thing, but I didn't hear of him getting married and stuff, so it's him having sex without being married, I thought that'd be a sin. There's a lot of I'm not going to pretend I read the Bible heavily. I just know that I'm free to believe Jesus is gay. Also, there probably isn't any historical proof to provide the fact that he's just totally straight and without question. No, gay wasn't allowed. So that's all that was. If you were gay and you wanted to get to heaven, you couldn't act on being gay. It didn't mean that you didn't have gay thoughts or you abstained from sex because you only wanted to sleep with women, but you just didn't want to. You could have wanted to sleep with men and wanted to go to heaven or just be good or whatever. So, yes, I keep going on that tangent. Let me get back to what he said. LMAO, that's not how historical analysis is done. This is so good. You're going to love this. When a detective investigates a murder, they don't say, I have to include the possibility that an alien did it because, no evidence to the contrary, LOL. It's wow, okay. But the default is that something is not true and you must prove it otherwise, not that everything is true and evidence disproves, LOL. And it's oh my god, he just made such a good claim, guys. Oh, I just feel obliterated. It's crazy. How can I combat the fact that if a murder was committed and we didn't know who it was, we can't just make outrageous claims that aliens did it, something that we have no proof of existing. A unicorn could have did it. Who knows? But, let's hear what my response was again. Yeah, if you can't prove who murdered someone and aliens have existed throughout history like gay people have, it could be an alien, LOL. But unlike aliens, gays have actually existed for a long time, and we have proof of that. That's why it's labeled a sin in the Bible. And not only that, other cultures have history of what we consider homosexual activities dating pretty far back. So let's not just act like it never happened or these people never existed. There's a reason it's in the Bible, obviously. But can you believe that? Aliens. An alien you can't just claim that an alien possibly committed a murder because we can't prove who did it. It's like, no, but I can prove a gay person committed the murder since gay people exist. Like, why are gay people aliens to this dude? This dude acts like gay people don't exist. That is not, like, I'm all for metaphors and stuff, and that's fine, but can you use one that actually makes sense? Aliens are not documented as existing. Like, we don't have actual proof. And even if you said there are actual proof that aliens now exist, it'd be like, okay, just now got that proof. We have proof that dates way back when for gay people existing. It's not like I was just like, oh my god, gay people just started appearing, maybe Jesus was gay. So he keeps mentioning this whole aliens thing as if it's just, it just doesn't, it has nothing to do with gay people. With gay people, it's like aliens don't exist. No one believes in aliens, and the people who do are seen as crazy. People believe in gay people. Okay, gay people exist. That's not, you're not crazy if you go like, you're crazy if you go gay people don't exist. There's no way they don't. It's just, I've never heard of one. I've never, like, I mean, sure, those, like, I saw videos of Pride, but I mean, come on, like, that was totally like, did you see the CGI work on those twerks? Like, no, nobody's doing that. No one's like, gay people don't exist. So you can't compare them to aliens. Like, the way he's doing a comparison is very, it's really out there. I think he's doing that because he can't wrap his mind around something, so he's trying to show that it's just as crazy as aliens being alive. But I just proved to him that that's definitely not the case because gay people exist. So now he can't use that, but he has no metaphor to use for what he's trying to say, honestly. There's not, because there really isn't one, because the metaphor, honestly, this this is deep, but the metaphor he's trying to find for what I'm trying to say is the same metaphor that can be used for what he's saying. That's why he's going with this aliens claim and all this stuff, is because in the end of the day, the claim he's making is the same claim I'm making, and there's just about as much proof to prove his as there is mine. You can go, the Bible, they say it's not okay to be gay. It's like, did I say Jesus was twerking on somebody and, like, you know, he knew how to ride? No, I said homeboy didn't act on being gay, just like he didn't act on being straight. So yeah, so we ended that, but like what makes me mad is the whole, how he ended with this, what's wild is I'm not even Christian. This has got to be the strangest display of mental gymnastics I've ever seen. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Was the boy who brought up aliens existing being as crazy as gay people existing, or Jesus being possibly someone who abstained from sex and abstained from gay sex, maybe as crazy as aliens exist? I'm sorry. It's alien boy saying that I'm doing some mental gymnastics, or that I've been really just, my brain's just been like, my brain has been so like, yes, and this is what I'm saying. This is aliens exist, blah 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 blah. That would be like this, and it's like, no. I'm saying the same thing you're saying. Just change the sexuality because there's no proof to indicate. He's like, the Bible has no indication in the Bible that he would be this, and I'm like, yes, and there's no indication that he would be straight. He didn't have sex with people. Like we know that, like, he was like, he didn't sin. That's the only indication we get. We don't get what was on his mind, you know? He wasn't like with the dudes like, hey, bro, like, I'm telling you, like, you know, I'm all about it. It's like, what are you about? I'm all about it. No, that's not what was happening. So, it's like, this dude, God. And what makes me mad is, like, I don't want to say mad, but just, it's weird. It's like, what's wild is I'm not even Christian. Like, you're doing some public service by stepping in here and showing you're biased on a topic that you can't really be biased on if you actually just look at the proof. That's my point. I don't actually believe Jesus is gay. I just don't believe anything about his sexuality because I cannot prove that. Why is that so crazy? That, like, there's an option for people who aren't religious like me and Michael here to actually be like, yeah, we can't prove it. So if someone did believe that, I mean, they wouldn't really be wrong because I can't prove that they're wrong and I can't prove that I'm right. Why is that? Why is that a hard topic for people? Like, that is such a hard place for people to be on. Like, they just, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Now we're going to go back to Christopher. I told you that this argument on Facebook split into gay Jesus. I mean, it was gay Jesus. It went to gay Jesus. And then Christopher wanted to take it to gay people. So, So yeah, so we went into that. So I'm gonna go back to the last thing he said before I went off on a Michael tangent. Yeah, he put facts, bro. They can joke about anything, but when we make a joke about gay people, you're homophobic. I don't have anything against gay people. If that's what you want to do, then by all means do you. My problem is that you don't want equal treatment. That they don't want equal treatment. They want special treatment. It's like, bro, okay, the special treatment that you speak of, like, first off, I would love to hear it because I would like to know the special treatment we want. Because maybe I want to jump on that train. Maybe I want to jump on the special treatment train. I mean, I really don't really care for special treatments because honestly, I'm fighting for people to like not want to like murder me or value my life a little bit more or like more as in value it more than what they currently value it because it's kind of like down here. So, but yeah, that's just like those are things I want. But like, let's continue. So my response to that is list some of these special treatments, please. An example, because you can't. I can't sit here and say we don't if it's true. Like, what are these examples that of this special treatment that he's speaking of? Like, let's hear it. And so he comes in with the one being the fact that you can't tell jokes about gay people anymore without losing your career. Oh, these special treatment. Sorry. I guess I wanted people to not be able to tell jokes about. I guess gay people are the only ones who don't want to be joked about. So, all right, that's an interesting take, especially from I think most of these are other people of color, but I'm not judging or assuming. It's a little shocking, sometimes for some reason. I don't know. Secondly, I shouldn't be called homophobic because I don't agree with that lifestyle people that lifestyle people disagree all the time. It's okay not to share the same beliefs. I mean, yes and no, but I will touch on that in a minute. And third, why is it such a big issue for straight people to say they don't want their kids to be gay? They put them in children movies and shows. Don't try and condition our kids. Let them grow up and discover themselves. Which I'm okay with. That last point, the third point, I'm okay with. Like, but he's also wrong because he's acting as if like they put gay people in shows. Like, they put straight people and gay people in shows. If you don't want to see relationships, then relationships shouldn't be in shows. And kids should discover themselves. Like, don't act like it's just gay people in TV shows kissing and stuff. That's not how this works. But my response to all of that was, what's homophobic is if you express being homophobic. Not wanting to be gay is fine. Actually, no. I'm gonna cut back and go back. I want to talk about what he said. Honestly, I'm sorry. I was about to keep going. All right, I'm gonna talk about what he said. So, you can't tell jokes about anybody anymore. That's the whole point. We're becoming more. I guess you could say we're becoming more like crybabies. We're becoming more like crybabies, maybe, or snowflakes, if that's what you think. Not letting you tell offensive jokes about me when we don't know each other and you don't even approve of my lifestyle. Like, what? Like, yeah, no, duh, you can't tell jokes. You need to stick to that with your friends, maybe, or something. Not with me, not in public, because guess what? We don't know you like that. We don't know you like that. You say the same thing. Everybody says the same thing. I don't know you like that. If you like having people talk about you, that's fine. I don't like people talking about me or my sexuality or whatever if I don't know them like that or I don't know their intent. Like, I'm sorry, you're not some well-paid comedian. You just a dude who opened their mouth. So relax. Even when it is a comedian, it's still a problem half the time. So chill. And he said, secondly, I don't want to be homophobic because I don't agree with that lifestyle. People disagree all the time. It's okay not to share the same beliefs. So let me get this straight. You don't want to be called homophobic because you don't agree with someone else's lifestyle because they're gay, though. Like, it's not like if you say, like, to me, it's like if you say I don't want to be called homophobic just because I don't like the fact that that you read sci-fi books. It'd be like, well, yeah, I wouldn't call you homophobic because you don't like the fact that I read sci-fi books. So you make it clear that you don't want to be called homophobic for not liking the fact that there are gay people. that's what's weird to me. It's like, homophobic is like, yeah, like that means that like you can be abusive towards gay people or rude or mean towards them, but like you're saying you're fine with people doing what they do, you just don't approve of their lifestyle. Like what does that mean though? Because like there are things that we all don't approve of, like people hurting themselves or hurting others. And I think this is literally an area where like I need help. Like I want input for this without question, because I'm confused by this myself. I don't know how to interpret this, because it's always interesting to hear people say they don't want to be homophobic because they like, what, you don't want to be homophobic because you're not gay? That'd be one thing. Like, I'm not gay, don't call me homophobic. It's like, okay, yeah, I won't. Like, you can not be gay and not be homophobic. But then it's like, I'm not gay, I don't like you being gay, I don't approve of you being gay, but I'm not homophobic. It's like, okay, wait. So you don't like the fact that I'm gay. Like, you don't like the fact that I'm gay. Like, you don't approve of it, you don't like it, but you want me to not think you're homophobic for not liking me for being homosexual. Like, isn't that what that means? Like, he may not say he hates me, but he doesn't approve of me being homosexual. Is that not, like, am I lost on this? Am I confused? Like, what is it? Because, like, homophobic, yeah, sure, you can, like, yeah, sure, you can beat the shit out of women and, like, be sexist, or, like, just, like, maybe you just like to beat up women only. Like, that'd be, like, probably sexist. That'd be, like, bad for women. Or you could beat the crap out of gay people, and that'd be like, homophobic. That'd be bad for gays. But what if you just don't like them? Like, what if you don't beat up black people, but you just don't approve of them being black? That makes you racist, right? And if you don't approve of a woman being a woman, or you don't approve of women, that would make you sexist. So why is it different when it's you not approving of gay people being gay? That's homophobic. It may not be like you just punch my lights out, bam, but like it's probably like you still don't respect me simply because I'm a homosexual. I get less respect than other people. That's homophobic. Like, you literally don't want to be homophobic for having less respect or not liking someone for being homosexual. Like, that's so weird. Like, you can't have both. If you're gonna not like me, then understand that that's you're not gonna like me because I'm gay and like you don't like the fact that I'm gay. That's homophobic. You have to accept that. I'm sorry. That's my view on it. Like, you now have to, because once I compared it to the other things, I'm like, yeah. So it sounds like you have to accept the fact that you're homophobic, but that's a you thing. You come to terms with that, but you don't get to not like gay people and not approve of their lifestyle. Because if it's one thing to be like, yeah, but I like gay people. There are gay people I like. I just don't like the fact that they're gay, but they're cool and they do cool things. It's like, you still don't like the fact that I'm gay. That makes you homophobic. That's the issue. If you're not gay, that doesn't make you homophobic. You not liking me being gay makes you homophobic. That's the whole thing there. And then the kids thing, I get to that in my response. But I'm glad, I think I just figured something out. That was like really deep for me, because it took me a minute to like, I almost normalized homophobia for a second. Like, did we catch that? I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, is that bad? Like, I almost normalized him not liking or approving of gay people being gay, but being okay with them probably for other stuff, but just not the gay stuff. It's like, that's homophobic. Just like if you proved to me and you're like, you're a cool person, I like you, I don't like you, the fact that you're black, but everything else about you is great. It'd be like, well, that's racist. So, yeah. So my response to his little thing was, what's homophobic is if you express being homophobic. Not wanting to be gay is fine. Not wanting me to be gay is homophobic. Any jokes about something you're not or don't agree with aren't gonna sit right with people. You just said you don't approve of my lifestyle, but you got jokes you want to tell? Think about that. That was a good moment for me, because it was like, hold up, you gonna sit here and tell me to my Facebook face, to my profile picture, you're gonna tell me that you got jokes you want to tell about my lifestyle and you don't even approve of me? Like, could you imagine, like, your friends telling you jokes and, like, it's like, oh yeah, you're my friend, you love me for every part of me, like, this is funny, like, we clown on each other, and then someone like, I don't like the fact that you're gay and I don't approve of that. Like, honestly, I think it's gross, or I'm not a fan of you being gay. Here's a gay joke. What? What? You got gay jokes you want to tell, but you don't like gay people, and then you're mad you can't tell the joke. So wait, it's one thing that you. All right, so let me get this straight. You don't want to be homophobic for not approving of homosexuals, for being homosexual, and then you want to turn around and tell jokes. It's like, damn, bro, you just want it all. Like, I never understood wanting your cake and eating it too, but I think I understand wanting everybody else's buffet and eating it too, because like that's what that is. You want everything. He wants no repercussions for anything. Like, you're free to have your own views, but like we're also free to view you for your views. So like don't act like you just get to, I don't want to be considered homophobic for being homophobic. Like, that's what that is. That's what that sounds like. Like, what do you think homophobia is? You think only punching me in the face is homophobic? Or do you think going, I don't approve of you being gay? I mean, I like everything else about you that's not gay related, but the gay related stuff I don't like. It's like, well, damn, that sounds pretty targeted towards the gay stuff, which would be like you're not in support of gay. It's homophobic. Okay. Oh, got it. Right. Okay, cool. Oh, it's not homophobic. You're just not okay with it. You don't hate me for, I do me, but like you don't approve of it. You see it as like a bad thing. Got it. Just like seeing my gender or sexuality or race or any of the things like that as a bad thing when they're not a bad thing. Okay, cool. Making sense. All right, got it. Yeah. I got it. All right, cool. Please, someone. Yeah. All right, and then his next point was his kids. He's like, why is it bad that I don't want my kids to be gay? It's like, you not wanting your kids to be gay is a concern. It's a big concern, because now we all wonder and we looking around and we're just like, what about the kids you might have that might be gay? Like now you just expressed that you don't want your kids to be gay. You just expressed that. And then if I continue, what life they'll have with you doesn't sound pleasant. It doesn't. Like, it doesn't sound very pleasant for the gay kids you're going to have. Because now we're wondering, you don't want to have gay kids, but yet you're going to have kids, and if they turn out gay, it's going to be like, ooh, okay, well, yikes. All right. But it's none of our business unless you start mistreating your gay kids for being gay, and CPS has to get involved. Like, we have to call CPS on you because you don't know how to treat kids that are gay. You may not do that, but you just expressed that you will definitely approve of one of your kids over another for something you or them might not be able to control. That already sucks for them. That's already bad parenting. Before the kid's even born, you just expressed that you're not going to approve of that kid. And if you have other kids that aren't like that kid, you will definitely approve of them over the other child. Like, this is before he's even a parent, ladies and gentlemen. He is already saying, I will treat one child better than the other. I will approve of one kid better than the other. That is very toxic and bad and concerning. Like, could you imagine? Like, is it, if you were in an interview to see, like, if we lived in a world where people interview to have kids, like, do you think you'd get approved? You think that's going to get you let him have kids? He already says he's going to favor some of them over the other, but pretty much like one more and, not approve of the other, and like that won't cause any psychological damage, I'm sure. Yeah. If you want your kids to know that being gay isn't okay with you, you raise them that way. That's your choice. But gay relationships and straight relationships are still allowed in the media. I know if you view a kiss between the same sex as inappropriate / bad, but not a kiss between the opposite sex, that's you. We don't need certain people. We don't need to say certain people can't be in kids shows based on your views. If that's what if that was the case, no one should be kissing in kids' movies or shows so they can discover themselves. Because that was the thing he said. He's like, I think kids should discover themselves. And it's like, yeah, then no one should be kissing in TV shows because we don't need them. We need them to discover they're straight or gay. We don't need them to watch it and be like, oh, I'm this, if that's how you think the brain works. He put, I'm not homophobic by any means. I don't treat people any different because it has nothing to do with me and the person they are. I treat all people with respect and dignity. I'm not a comedian, so I don't have any jokes for anyone when I say that I'm speaking culturally, not personally. And it's like, okay, well, sounds like people like you really should be telling the jokes either. So regardless, whatever. I don't worry about my kids being gay. I worry about the agenda that the media pushes. I shouldn't be bashed for being heterosexual and for promoting that in my household. It's the natural order of things. And I agree 110%, sexuality shouldn't be promoted to kids at all. I have a problem with any form of sexuality being shown on kids shows because like I said, the agenda media pushes it is that it's okay for kids to be sexualized, and I hate that. Hmm. Well, I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, there are some things that obviously will sexualize kids, which is bad, but then there are things that aren't sexualizing kids that are just like, oh, what do you know? Kids do tend to have crushes and stuff. Like, normalizing teenagers having a crush on one another or whatever, I mean, isn't really that crazy. But I mean, like, that's a different argument. He said a lot of other problematic stuff, really. I mean, well, he said problematic things. This is more like that's more like an actual debate where like things are up for debate that kind of should be versus the things that we really shouldn't even be debating right now. But yeah, so he views something as the natural order and stuff. Honestly, I don't remember what I said to this because I was so caught up in the argument I had with Michael. And but like also he's free to view these things. I mean, he's trying to control how he. The main thing I notice is a lot of people want to not be viewed as something, as one thing for having a certain view, but their view is that thing. I think that's the part people need to come to terms with is accepting the fact that they are homophobic. Like, you have a view, you don't want to be viewed that way, but yet that's what you're expressing. So it's like, why do you get to view something and then also say how you get viewed? Like, that's what's so crazy and weird to me. But my response was, that's all fine. You can raise your kids in a straight environment. It's what you teach them when they learn about LGBT people that matters. You can't go you can't go wrong with respect and dignity. I think that's a good mindset. I agree kids getting sexualized is a problem. It's just not related to sexuality. Cuz that's another thing I wanted to clarify, is cuz I felt like him being like sexuality has nothing to do with sexualizing our kids or sexualizing kids. Like, sexuality is its own separate thing, and then pedophiles are sexualizing kids. Like, those are different things. So, but yes, I agreed with them that they were bad. So, nothing wrong with that. And I think that's where it ended, because I don't think he said anything after that. That was like his last little thing. And of course, everyone's liking all the other people's comments and stuff. And I think if it wasn't on this one guy's page, like if it wasn't his own post, I think it wouldn't have been that way, because obviously these people are agreeing because they don't want to see a gay Jesus. It's not that they believe people have the right to view Jesus how they want to view him, or believe whatever, especially if it doesn't even contradict with historical proof and all that stuff. I think they don't care. They really just want to be able to disrespect if they feel like they're being disrespected, but their view of what's disrespecting them are just people being themselves. That's the biggest problem. Well, like, even in this conversation, is people feeling disrespected by other people being themselves and having their own views that has nothing to do with them. That's what's crazy to me. I am my own person, and yet I will disrespect someone, and it has nothing to do with them. I didn't say anything about them, nothing to do with them. I have my own religion, my own beliefs, my own version of Jesus, my own whatever, and yet here you are feeling disrespected because I disrespected your version of something, even though it's my version of something, and it's in a category about different versions of things. Like, explain that to me. Like, okay, so it's okay for everyone to have their views on whatever, but you got to be upset about this? Like, it's very, like, I feel disrespected over something that I shouldn't feel disrespected about. It's like, cool, that's great. You're disrespected because someone else exists. Like, when you're disrespected by someone else's existence, that's called, like, a Hitler mindset. Like, I know I'm being dramatic, using the word Hitler and all, but I've never felt disrespected by another person's existence. Are there racist people? Yes, there are. I feel disrespected when they tell me, you should die, or you're a stupid this. Yeah, I'd say I'd start feeling disrespected, but I wouldn't be disrespected if they said Jesus was white. I'd be like, okay, you think Jesus is white, whatever. I mean, that's not true because of what we know, like where he's from, whatever. But it'd be like, you know what? I'm not. Even though we can actually debate, even though we have proof of what he is, where he's from, and all that stuff, I wouldn't even be disrespected by that because I'd be like, you're just crazy and delusional. But like when it comes to the things that we can't prove, and you want to sit there and be disrespected about that, it's like what? It's like don't act like you knew Jesus personally. Don't act like anybody did. Like stop that. Stop it. But yeah, that honestly wasn't even my best metaphor. That was really bad. That was like terrible. I was trying to come up with a good one, but really it's just they're disrespected by someone else's existence or beliefs on things that have nothing to do with them. Because like I said, religion is literally a topic where you can believe one thing and someone can believe another, and that's the whole point of religion. Like it's a lot, what makes it religion is a lot of the fact that we can't prove certain things. Like I don't want to say words like made up and stuff, but like a lot of the claims are things that we can't prove, whether that's separating water, walking on water, or whatever, or the goddesses from whatever other religion that have like multiple arms and like things like that. Like all this stuff that we can't really prove but we believe in. That's the category we're talking. That's the category we were arguing about. And right now we're arguing about sexuality. That's what we're arguing about, because apparently you can prove a person's sexuality when they never confirmed it, which I didn't know that was possible, but apparently that's possible. So yeah, and I think that follows it up. I think the last thing I really want to say though is the homophobic thing. This homeboy legit was like, I don't want to be seen as homophobic for not approving of your lifestyle. And it's like, oh, why don't you approve my lifestyle? Is it the drugs I'm doing? Is it alcohol that I'm drinking? What is it? What did you approve of? Oh, you being gay. Oh, okay, my bad, but you don't want to be seen as homophobic. Got it. Alright, guys. Word of the day, aliens. You know why? Because aliens and gay people apparently are just the same. Those claims, they're equal claims. They're not crazy at all. They're equal claims. I'm crazy. Not that claim. But yeah, alright. Well, it's good seeing you guys. I'm going to be outie. We'll talk about another topic. Back to the Future Fit. Pretty cute. Marty McFly, my guy. Alright. Bye, aliens.